Well, hello everyone, here we are, we're back, finally. And happy Easter everyone. We actually took a week off over Easter, so we get to spend a whole week in the river. And actually this is a pretty exciting trip for us because we have our new dredge. And guess what? It is a Keen Supermax. I can't believe we actually finally got one. This thing is an absolute beast. So we haven't run it yet, this is the first time we're using it in the river, so we might have a few teething problems here and there, but hopefully not. So we're just going to fire it up and make sure it's running okay, make sure we haven't got any leaks. We've hooked up our hot water units and all the other bits and pieces from our other dredge. And can't wait to get in the river and try it. Alright guys, well we're going to get the motors fired up, get that hot water going, and hopefully we can get in there. Right guys, she's up and running, and no leaks, only one in my hot water unit, which is a bit of a concern, but hopefully it'll get me through this trip. I'll get it fixed when I get back. But oh my god, it's awesome. If you can hear me over the motors, we just set these two back sluice boxes to about the right flow, what we think it is, but we won't know until we start dredging. We'll have to come up and have a look at it. But yeah, time to get back in the river. Let's do it. Alright guys, that is us. We're jumping out of the river a bit early today. We only want to do a little bit. We want to check the sluice box, make sure it's all running alright. Probably dredged maybe, I don't know, 5 square meters max of the river, and we're actually on a little bit of gold. It might be a little bit hard to see, but there's a fair bit of gold sitting in here already, so that's actually a good sign. It's quite a bit poked up in here. There's a little bit beaten into this as well here and there, so that's a good sign. Quite a bit stuck in there as well actually, so it's running all right, so got to be happy with that. So we're going to go head back to the hut and have an earlier day, and then we'll try and get in here and do at least 3 tanks tomorrow, and hopefully be on a lot more gold. Spend a bit of time just kind of like dredging out what we've already dredged before to try and find where our cut was originally. We might have to do a little bit of back dredging just so we can get this dredge up the side of the river here, but we'll see how we go. Alright then, we'll catch you tomorrow. Well guys, here we are on our first day, our first proper day with this new dredge. And we think we've pretty much got these sluice boxes set about right, but we won't be 100% sure until we actually get a full day running on them. But yeah, it's going to be awesome fun today. Hopefully get 3-4 tanks in, maybe 4 if we really want to push it. But we're just going to carry on working up the front here. We'll just we'll bank to bank right across, find that whole face that we're working. And then once we've done that, we'll be able to start making a bit more room for us. It's a bit shallow for that dredge at the moment, but we'll get it into some deeper ground eventually. And we'll just be following this conglomerate layer up. Now in that last video we had a few people mentioning that, oh, we need to go through the conglomerate layer to get to the real gold. Well, the gold's not actually below this conglomerate layer. The conglomerate layer was formed long before the gold was actually eroded into the river. Now it has been tested, and there is a little bit of gold under there, but not much. Not worth doing it anyway. So that's why we aren't going through this conglomerate layer. Just if you're wondering. So yeah, we'll get those motors wound right up, and we'll get that hot water going, and we're going to crack into it. And hopefully I might be able to show you a bit of gold. It's very small to see, and the water's a little bit tea colour this morning, so it's very hard to see it, but if I do, I'll get that camera out and we'll show you some gold. Alright guys, we are done for the day. It's been a big day. We managed to get our 3 tanks in, and actually was pretty happy about how it's all running. It seems to be running all nice and even, and there's the odd little bit of gold coming through. Might be hard to see because it's getting quite dark, but there's a little piece right there. So he's definitely catching a bit of gold in these side boxes. We won't really know until we pull them apart. Definitely a bit through these, I'd imagine. So they're running fine, and the main box is running fine too. So we just pulled it out, well, pulled it apart, and just had a quick look at what we're actually catching. And we're actually catching a bit, which is nice to see. It's definitely a lot more efficient than our other dredge. But yeah, we're definitely starting to get a bit of gold in there. Look at that. Real fine gold, but man, this thing catches it absolutely amazingly. A lot beaten into these mats, it's very hard to see. There's quite a lot through here. No, I'm really impressed with this dredge. I mean, this thing is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I wish we had got one of these years ago. But it doesn't matter, we got one now. Made a fairly good dent in the river today. So, far out. We're looking forward to tomorrow. Yeah, man alive, I can't believe how amazing this dredge is. It's absolutely fantastic. Don't know how much gold is beaten down those mats down below there, but I say there'll be a bit. But yeah, absolutely stoked with it. So impressed. So impressed. These side sluice boxes are just absolutely amazing. A little bit of gold on these ones as well. There's a little piece here, another piece there. So that stuff there, actually, you know, on our old dredge, we would have lost all that. Would have gone clean off the back of it. Very happy with it. Alright guys, well, we'll go back to camp and have some dinner, and we'll see you in the morning. Well, here we are guys on another beautiful day. Sun's shining, blue skies, amazing day. Couldn't think of a better place to be. So we're just going to get this dredge warming up again, and we actually see a lot more gold in these side boxes today. Didn't really see it last night, but I don't know if you can quite see it, but there's a lot of gold right through there. It's starting to build up quite nicely in these boxes. It's actually quite impressive how well they catch. And the garnets, it's only, you know, like very tiny garnets, but there's loads of them. Look at the little reed there. Those are all garnets. So it's good to see them catching that as well. You know, the way it works is that obviously the gold's the heaviest in the river, then it's the iron sand, and then the garnets. So if you're catching all the garnets, that's generally a good sign that you're not going to be missing any of the gold. And the other box is just the same. Same with the gold too. There's a lot just coming up through the front here. And a bit more here. A bit here as well. So it'll be very interesting to pull these out and clean them up. The same thing again, all this reed here is all garnets. Only very tiny garnets. Nice little pocket of garnets just there. And that's only in their side boxes. There's a lot more in the main box. So alright, enough babbling about everything. We'll crack into it. guys, that is us. It's almost 6 o'clock at night, so we've just about done our dash. But we're actually getting a fair bit of gold now. It's very hard to see, but there's actually quite a lot beaten down into this miracle mat now, which is actually pretty impressive to see. It's hard to see on the camera though. Once we have a clean up, we get a better idea. Starting to get quite a bit beaten down in front of this mat now too, which is really good to see. But yeah, there's actually a lot in there. That's bloody awesome. So what we're going to do is just going to clean these side boxes out tonight and take them back to camp and have a bit of a pan up and see what's in them. They've had 2 good days running, so it'll be interesting to see what's in there. Yeah, alright, we'll get them a clean out and we'll take them back to camp and pan them up and show you. Good morning everyone. Here we are on another beautiful morning. We've been very lucky with the weather. So we cleaned out these side boxes last night and there's actually quite a bit of gold in them. I was going to pan it back at camp, but it was just too much material, so I'll just wait to go home and we can stick it through a couple of concentrate machines. It'll be a lot easier. But before we jump in the river, I do have a lot of people ask us what gear we use. So I thought I would show you now. So a weight belt. This is just a harness weight belt. It takes all the strain off your back. It's absolutely fantastic. There are many other types, but this is the ones we use and it's fine for us. With the gloves we wear, these are just a ProSafe glove. I just get them from the protective safety shop in town. You know, they last alright. You get a few trips out of a pair of gloves and they're pretty cheap. Then underneath those gloves, just wear neoprene gloves just to keep your hands warm. And I use a rubber band. I just put a rubber band around the end of them just to stop all the stones and the cold water from flowing in. That works really fine. You can use tape, but rubber bands are just so much easier. With the masks, our mask is an OTS Spectrum. Now I find these are absolutely brilliant. I have used the other OTS full face mask and I didn't really like it too much. I didn't have a great peripheral vision through it. But with these here, you've got a little bit more peripheral vision, so it's kind of good. But the only downside is these masks here are designed to go onto your skin, not over your actual wetsuit hoodie. So what I've done is I've taken my suit into a guy who does wetsuit repairs, and I got him to cut the actual face part of the hood out and replace it with a 1.5mm, and then the mask will actually go over your face. It's so much better. It's definitely the way to do it. And the hot water units, I do have people ask us about our hot water units. So the way we've got ours set up is obviously there's just a tee-off section right here for the hot water. It runs through a filter. Really important to run through a filter. You don't want any material blocking it up, otherwise you'll get horrifically burnt from steam. Then it goes into the hot water unit. There's about 15 metres of 10mm copper pipe in there, and obviously it's just the exhaust that heats it up. So it comes in through this one here and runs out through that one, and then it goes into a mixing tank. There's definitely want a mixing tank. It's so important to have one of these, because if you do get a malfunction, the water won't just turn to steam straight away and you get a really bad steam burn. What will happen is if it does fail, this will just get warmer and warmer and warmer, and your hot water gets hotter and hotter and hotter, and then you'll have time to realise something's wrong and you can pull the hot water out of you. And then to get hotter or colder, you just adjust it. You want it colder, you just increase the flow, and then if you want it hotter, you just decrease the flow. And then from there, it just goes on to our air lines, and I've just got some insulation around the hot water line, then just wrap them all up together and it goes all the way back to us. Yeah, now that's right, wetsuits. I use a Boucher 7mm fire skin, and by far that has been the best wetsuit to use so far. It's a one piece, heaps of movability in it. You don't get any cramping or pinching in your arms. It's great. The only one thing you've got to do is if you're running hot water into them, you've got to put a couple holes in them, otherwise they fill up full of water and you can't do anything, as we found out one day. Yeah, we had about 300 kg of water in us and we couldn't even get out of the river. It was quite funny. Gumboos. We use gumboots, Sculler Up Quattros. These things are absolutely brilliant. You can use whatever gumboots you want, but by far these are the best. They do have an insulation inside them, so they do keep your feet semi-warm. Knee pads. And knee pads are trade gear, articulating. You know, they're about 90 bucks a pair, and you get quite a while out of them. They're absolutely brilliant. So that's a bit of a run through of the gear we use, guys. So now we're going to fire those motors up and get some more gold. Alright guys, that is us. We are done. It's been another big day. And unfortunately the GoPro's packed the sand and I can't get any more underwater footage. Not too sure what's going on with it. I'll try and get it going, but I think it might have given up the ghost finally. But I thought I'd show you what we're doing with our tailings. All the big rocks, we're stacking them up real evenly across the river, putting down a nice big flat base. And then all the tailings of the dredge, we'll just work the dredge from left to right of the river and fill it all in all the little gaps. And then once you get a rain come through, a bit of a flood, it will flatten everything out. You'll never ever know we've been here. But we're actually on a little bit of gold. I thought I'd show you this too. This is quite funny. On the front mat of the dredge, there's actually gold sitting on here. There's a piece there, a couple of pieces up in here and here. It's quite funny seeing it on that. So we're definitely getting a bit if it's landing on there. So all I'll do is I might just pull out the front of the box and we'll have a look at what we got. Alright guys, well that's the front grate pulled off, and there's actually some nice piles of gold starting to build up here. It's actually all through this front miracle mat. That's great to see. A nice little pile there. Oh, there's piles everywhere. So who knows what's in this miner's moss. Hopefully he's 10 times that much. Awesome to see. It's working very well. Oh well guys, we'll head back to camp and have some dinner, and we'll see you in the morning. Well guys, here we are on our last day of dredging. We've got some rain coming through, so we thought we'll just cut our trip short by a day. We don't want to get caught out in the rain. It's meant to be quite heavy. So I'm not going to do a heap of video today, just because we want to try and get as much material up the nozzle as we can. But what I will show you is the end of the day, we'll do a clean up, we'll run it through those side boxes, and then we'll take all the concentrate home and we'll sort it all out there. Rightio, we're going to crack into it. I'll see you later on. Well guys, there's us done for the trip. There's actually some nice shiny gold up the front of this box here. Look at all that good stuff. Now we're in a bit of a rush because the rain's almost on us, so I'm not going to take heaps of footage because I'm going to get wet in a minute. But there's a lot of gold beaten down in the front of this miner's moss here, which is nice to see. Bloody awesome. Oh well, we're going to clean it out and put it through the side box, and then I'll show you what it looks like in there. Well, here we have it guys. That's most of the main box cleaned out. That ain't looking too bad. Isn't that looking pretty, eh? Isn't that looking pretty? Well, it's starting to rain pretty hard now guys, so I'm just going to call it here, and we'll take all this back home and we'll sort it all out then. So I guess we'll see you then. Alright guys, here we are. We're back up at a mate's place. He's got a gold cube and a wheel, so we're going to run all the concentrate through there. So what I've done is I've kept it all separate. This bucket here is from the side boxes, and this one here is from the main sluice. And there's actually quite a bit of gold sticking through already. Now I've already classified it all, and these are all the heavies. So it'll be interesting to see what's in it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run it through this gold cube, and just the side boxes first anyway, see what they've caught, and then we'll clean it out, and then we'll put all the concentrates through the main box. So yeah, righty ho, we'll start sticking that through the cube. Okay guys, set up. Right, we're going to run the first scoop of the side boxes. And we've got lots to go through. There's a few wee specks starting to come through. Starting to get a little bit of gold come through now guys, although hard to see. But this is all gold that we would have lost, which is kind of good to actually be catching it now. Alright guys, well that's the side boxes run. There's not a heap in there, but there's a little bit. But it's good to see that the main box is probably catching 98% of it. We won't know until we pull it apart and we'll have a look at the next stage below. But we'll keep this separate and we'll weigh it up all differently, and it'll just give us a good idea of what they're actually catching. There's not heaps of like super fine flower gold in there, which I'm quite surprised. I thought there would have been more, but there's not. Alright, we'll pull this apart and we'll stuck the next lot through. Rightio guys, so that's the side boxes panned up. Now we would have lost all that in the other dredge. If we weren't running the Super Max, man, that would have just gone clean off the back. So I'm actually really happy how that came out. So what we're going to do is we'll just we'll dry it out and we'll weigh it up and see what it is. Yeah, stoked. Alright guys, so she's all dried out now. We'll chuck it on those scales and let's see what she comes up at. So 1.1 grams. Actually, that's quite a bit. If you think about it, if we had been dredging for a whole year solid, we would have lost an ounce. So I think it's well worth having those side boxes going. I mean, an ounce is a lot of gold to be losing over the back, especially after a year dredging. So very happy with that. That's awesome. Alright, well, we'll start cleaning out the other concentrate from the main sluice box and we'll see what that comes in. Alright, we'll run these main box concentrates. There's actually quite a lot of gold to start off with. That's always a good sign. Alright, let's chuck it through. Oh, look at that. What an awesome first scoop. Wow, it's loaded. It's starting to look good. Oh, look at that, it's a nice looking scoop. Starting to change to a beautiful golden colour. I'm liking the look of that. It's looking good guys, looking very good. We've still got a fair bit to go. Really all the best stuff should be on the bottom there, so hopefully the best is yet to come. Oh guys, she is definitely turning a nice golden colour now. Man, look at all that good stuff. I'm actually really looking forward to the final weigh up of this. It's going to be very interesting. Still got a fair bit to go yet too. Oh guys, it's looking real good. Still got a fair bit to go yet. Oh, look at all that gold just sitting on top. It's quite hard to see because of the glare. Oh yeah. Alrighty guys, that is it. That's the main box all cleaned up. Look at that, doesn't that look awesome? And that's only on the top. So hopefully there's a lot more on the bottom as well. So we'll pull this top one off and have a look underneath it. Alright, let's have a look underneath. Oh my, wow, just look at that. Doesn't that look awesome? Piles and piles of gold. A little bit glary, unfortunately. Cool. Wow, let's see what's under the next one. Alright, and this is underneath the third stage and there's still gold coming through. Makes me wonder how much we actually got. So this is that second stage of that gold cube. And oh my, look at it all. I can't believe we got that much. Isn't that amazing? That is awesome. Alright guys, this is the last bucket to run through and this is all the heavies. So it'll be interesting to see what's in here. I don't think there'll be too much, but we'll find out. First bit of gold. So not a heap in the way of all the heavies. That's okay. I think we'll make it up on the finer stuff. There's still a few bits coming through. Alright, so that's it guys, that's the heavies put through the machine. You can't really see much gold in there. There's a few bits in here and there, it's hard to see with the glare. That's still alright, we'll pull this apart and stick it all with the rest of them and go from there. Alrighty guys, so that's it all through the gold cube, so we're just going to put it through the wheel now. And there's actually quite a lot of concentrate in there, look at all that. Oh, man, that's looking pretty damn good. So we'll chuck it through the wheel. And hopefully we get a surprise. Gold's certainly work its way up. Oh, look at all that. Ah, look at all that good stuff. Alright. And from there it just gets caught in this little tube behind the back here. I say we'll have to empty it out soon. Do a couple empties on it. And from there we'll just pan out all the heavies. Alright guys, this is a bit of a hard case, didn't even see this, but we actually got up a nugget. Look at that, it's a nice little nugget there. Nice quartzy one. You know what, didn't even see it the whole time we cleaned up, didn't even see it. What an awesome surprise to have. Stoked about that. Isn't that beautiful? Real specimen piece. That's great. We'll take him over there and we'll weigh him up in a minute and see what he is. Okay guys, she's finally all panned out and look at that. Look at all that. Wow. That's a lot better than I thought we did. That's absolutely crazy. Absolutely stoked with that. And the nuggets we got, that's that big one there. But then we also got this little long thin piece. That's quite cool to see. Never found a piece of gold like that before. And another little piece is there as well. Awesome. Oh, well, we'll dry it out and then we'll chuck it on the scales. Alright guys, there she is, all dried up. Doesn't it look pretty? So what we'll do is we'll chuck it on the scales Then we'll tear that off. We'll chuck that nugget on first and see what that weighs up. 1.9. That's pretty good actually for a nice little piece of gold. It would have been a bit heavier than that, and it wasn't full of all that quartz. It's stoked. So rightio, we'll put in all the rest of it. And let's watch that baby climb. Here we go. Almost an ounce. Two ounces. 3. Well, 116.4. Wow, that's not bad for a very first trip. Oh, ash rate, we've still got a little bit left from those side boxes. 117.6. Wow. Well, that's an awesome first trip for the Supermax. If we could do that every time, wouldn't that be awesome? Far out. Oh well guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next trip.